2016, the year of the sheep and the goat. Takeaways from part 1. The 5 takeaways from part 1 of the video. You should have learned what climate change is, both man-made and natural. Number 2, how natural climate change will be the catalyst for a worldwide paper money currency collapse. Number 3, what the birth of digital money will look like. Number 4, who will control this digital money. Number 5, how the sheep of God, those who know his voice, will be led around the pitfalls, past the traps, and through the temptations that will ensnare the goats in 2016 and beyond. Sheep and goats, like Christians and churchgoers, are similar in appearance. They are in fact so similar it is hard to tell one from the other based on appearance alone. Christian and churchgoer, like sheep and goat, resemble one another in appearance so much that it is difficult to tell the difference between the two. Can you tell the difference? Jesus, in his parable of the sheep and the goats, Matthew 25, verse 31 through 46, reminds us that there are two kinds of people that go to church. He tells us that they appear similar but differ radically in disposition, personality, and spirit. Sheep and goats. Christians and churchgoers. Sheep, like Christians, are better adapted to climate, both natural and man-made. Sheep, like Christians, are easier to handle and manage with the intuitive and written word of God. Goats, on the other hand, are curious, like churchgoers. They are less adapted to climate, both natural and man-made, just as is churchgoers. Churchgoers, like goats, are harder to contain with the fencing or the intuitive written word of God that makes the sheep easier to contain with the same fencing. Sheep and goat, like Christian and churchgoer, are better adapted to climate, natural and man-made. Christians, like sheep, are easier to handle for the shepherd. Churchgoers, like goats, are curious. Rarely is the intuitive and written word of God enough for them, making them harder for the shepherd to manage and handle. Churchgoers, like goats, are less adapted to climate, both natural and man-made. Like the wheat and the tares, similar in appearance outwardly, opposites inwardly. One treasured and to be translated into the bosom of the Father, the other worthless to the Father, trash in his eyes, fit for fire, destined to be burned. Let both grow together to the harvest, he says. Then will I say unto the reapers, first gather ye the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. Then gather the wheat into my barn. Matthew 13 and 30. So like sheep and goat, churchgoer and Christian, the sheep will know and hear the voice of the shepherd and will be led around the pitfalls, the traps, and through the temptations that will ensnare the goats in 2016 and beyond.